How are we all? How are we all? So welcome to Wednesday's What the Funnel. And so please, first things first, tell me where you're from, your name, what part of the world you are, and let's see who we've got on. Good evening. There's a few people coming on as we speak. So just let me know who you are, where you're from. I'm just going to shuffle all my bits around. Oh, excuse me. I'm just trying to get myself organised. So I will be looking over at this screen for a moment until I get rid of my camera, which I will do in a moment because I finally sorted out the BT issue. I'm just leaving them. I had a big long hour conversation again today. We're going to be moving broadband suppliers within the next few days. But again tonight, I'll turn my webcam off in a minute. So let me just go through the chat. So welcome, Sarah, Rachel, Vans, I think it is. I think that's how you say it. Henry, Callum, Ruben. Nice name, Ruben. Shez. AJ, Simon, Sunjay, I think. And some of the countries, UK, obviously, Cambridge, UK, California, America, Melbourne, Pakistan, another UK, Birmingham, just down the road. Yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm in Birmingham tomorrow, actually. We're doing an escape day with there's a group of us doing it, so that should be fun. So welcome. Thank you for attending the weekly webinar. Looking forward to cracking on tonight. I'm very conscious last week I spent too long. I was on for nearly an hour and a half, hour 45. I just kind of got on a roll, and the website funnel was just phenomenal. I kept messing up with the new software. Obviously, I've got new Webinar Jam software. That's what we're streaming on tonight. And I was just kind of excited. You get in the zone, and I just wanted to add as much value as I can. So what I will do is let me just turn off my webcam. Let's see if we can speed things up. So just let me know. Everyone seems to be able to hear and see me okay. Obviously not see me now because I've just got rid of my webcam. But it doesn't seem like there's anyone having any issues. Otherwise, I'm sure you would have mentioned it. Awesome. So let's get stuck in. And what we're going to start off with is, so first things first, in fact, let me just ask, how many of you on the webinar already have downloaded and set up and started your very own profit funnel business that we give away? Put a 1 for yes, a 2 for not quite, but you've opted in and joined the group, and a 3 for what the F is a profit funnel business. Okay, so very similar to the usual answers. Getting some ones, nearly completed. Yep, done, up and running. Made my first commission on Clickfunnels. Love that. No, okay, so no, I don't understand that. Simon, sorry. Just retype your what you were saying there. We had a few 3s. What the hell is it? Don't know what it is. How do I get one? Again, stay to the end of the webinar. I'll give you your very own profit funnel business. We go through some training to show you exactly what you do with it, how you use it. And I'm going to very quickly just draw out. Oh, that's not very good, but I'm going to very quickly draw out what the profit funnel business is. And we kind of start the webinar every week with this just to make some sense of it. So let's say, for instance, that this is a Facebook ad. Okay, so you've got your image, you've got some text, and you've got a little button down here, and we're driving some traffic to our profit funnel business, and all will become clear in just a few moments when I go through exactly what it is, how it's going to work for you, how it's going to make you money. online. Now, if you've never made any money online before, then this is going to help you get your start. If you have, but you just want to earn more, then this is exactly the same. This will help you. Okay. So the profit funnel business is, let me show you the first page of the profit funnel business. So this is exactly what you get when you go to the download at the end of the webinar. It's completely free. All you need is a 14-day free trial. If you don't already have a Clickfunnels account, that's fine. It gives you 14 days to play around inside the profit funnel business, follow the training, implement everything, and you can be earning money by the end of that 14 days. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm just telling you, you can be. Okay. Sorry, I'm just clicking on something here. So this is the opt-in page, and I'm going to show you the two variations on the opt-in page that we give you. Again, these are high converting. We've split tested the hell out of these. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to do something on my phone at the same time. You got two variations on the profit funnel business. These are the opt-in pages, and as you can see here, sorry, again, you can see how slow my internet is going. Big fan of BT right now. Not. So this is variation number one. Now you get this, and I give you everything you need for it. You get the funnel strategies for building your online business ebook, and obviously what you're going to be doing is grabbing this this funnel, okay, modifying it through the training that I give you, and then getting that out to people and getting them to opt in to starting to grow your list. So when I'm over here, let me show you. So this is your ebook here. And then you've got the two boxes where they have their name and email to grab their free ebook. Okay. And this is what we call the giveaway. You can call it a bribe. You can call it whatever you want. Now you're asking me, I'm sure you will be in a minute, how do I make money out of that? Now, the key here is as soon as they fill in their information here and here, and they click the button to send, they get sent straight through to the thank you page, which we'll go to in a minute. But also they get added to your what's called an autoresponder. Okay, I'm going to draw it out here. Okay, and this is where they start getting your emails. So I don't know why I like to draw that. In fact, let me get rid of that. This is where they start getting your autoresponder emails. Okay, email 1, email 2, and again we show how to do this. We give you some examples of these, and this is to brand you and to get them used to you. So it's a bit of a know, like, and trust campaign. Okay. So, normally between 5 and 7 emails, just lots of value, a little bit of a story about you, and the first 2 or 3, you're going to be sending them back to this thank you page. Okay. So let me show you the thank you page in a moment, but basically the thank you page has steps 1, steps 2, and steps 3. Okay, now step 3 is your giveaway, but steps 1 and 2 are, let me change the color. Oh, sorry, color there. Steps 1 and 2 are where you are going to start making money instantly. So this is on the thank you page. Okay, so let me get rid of that again. So let me just show you. So sorry, the different variation of the opt-in page is 2 different variations, and it means that it might send them to one page or the other. This will work for you. Okay, all you got to do is just follow the training. So the thank you page is where you start making your money. So let me just let that load up. So please, as we're going through the webinar, as with every webinar, this is live, this isn't recorded. I want you to ask questions. If you don't understand something, put your hand up, ask a question, make some comments. It's really, really important that this makes sense to you. So as you can see in the wait, very important, please follow these steps immediately. So step number 1, and now what happens here is we teach you to put one of the affiliate offers from Clickfunnels. We recommend using Clickfunnels. One of the reasons why is we've just offered them a free funnel strategies for building their online business ebook. And to follow on with the theme of funnels, Clickfunnels as an affiliate program where Russell Brunson is very, very, very expert at selling them different funnel products. So what happens here is we teach you how to add maybe in step 1 a free trial to Clickfunnels, and you put your URLs in here, which we teach you how to do. Step 2 could be something different. Again, we teach you how to do that. And as you can see here, step 3 is where you download your free, they download the free ebook. Okay, and you can see in here, this is the ebook you get. We give you this, but we want you to then modify it and brand it to yourself. It's obviously got my details in here. I want you to edit this, show you how to do that. I want you to change all of these URLs. These are all of my affiliate URLs. We show you how to do all of that. People just reading the ebook and they can go and click on this. But the key here is that step number 1, step number 2, you're asking them to do something. So it's video, and this we could then link to the Clickfunnels trial where it goes through and watches a video. Okay, very, very simple. And you can see the different variations, step 1, step 2, step 3. And believe me, people just follow your orders. They just do as you ask them to. So that's where, if we go back to the whiteboard, you're going to instantly start making money here. And as I said, this is from your Clickfunnels affiliate offers. I'll just call it Clickfunnel AF because I'm writing with my mouse, so it's not very neat. And again, that's the reason that you're going to kind of be diverting them back to the thank you pages and asking them have they done steps 1 and steps 2 in some of these emails, because you want them to obviously opt in and try Clickfunnels. You want them to go and essentially buy, .com Secrets book or Expert Secrets book, or go and look at Funnel University. It's entirely up to you. I mean, we give you some recommendations, but you just need to test and tweak your thank you pages. So I'm hoping that makes sense so far. Give me a 1 in the chat box for yes and a 2 for no. Getting lots of yeses, a couple of 2s. Chris, okay, so not quite sure. Okay, now I understand. So you're not quite sure how. So let me just grab one of my affiliate URLs from over here. Sorry, I'm on the other screen. Bear with me. I'm just going to show you very, 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 very quickly. So let's just look at. So this is the 14-day trial. This is my URL. So let's say we're in this page here. And again, I teach you how to do all this in the follow-up training. Once you've opted in at the end of the webinar to grab this free profit funnel business, I teach you how to do all this. So I give you follow-up training that's really simple to follow. You've just got to take a bit of action. So I'm not trying to promise you that you click one button, it's all done, because you can see it. Okay, so we can change all the text here, but all I would then do in this box here, so I'm going to click on the orange tab, click on settings, and I'm going to go in here, change the action, and as you can see, it's already got one of my URL in there. I'd then save it. This would then send them through to my ClickFunnels URL where it's given them a free trial, but because, unfortunately, let me try it on incognito, it was already going to go straight through to my dashboard. Because I'm logged into ClickFunnels, it just knows I'm already a ClickFunnels member. So let's try it in incognito. So as you can see here, this is now going to start playing their video. When it's ready, my computer is really going slow. Okay, makes sense. So if they then go and click on the free trial here, okay, then as soon as they start paying, I'm going to start making $38 a month. Okay, so let's just put that there. So as a recurring commission, you will start making $38.80 just from step number 1. Okay, they may go and purchase something in step number 2 as well. They may go into your ebook and purchase things through the different URLs, but that's the idea. So if you're looking at maybe 1 out of every 10 person goes across here and opts in for a trial, if you send 20 people there, that's a $40 times 2. So it's $80 a month recurring. You can see how the numbers start working. And I don't want to go into this in too much detail. I just wanted to very quickly just show you how that thank you page makes money. Does that make sense? Chris, yeah, lovely. Okay, awesome. So let's now. Obviously, I'm not going to save that because this is not what I want to do. Okay, so let's just let's move on from that. So who here has already got a ClickFunnels account, has either already started a trial, already got their profit funnel business, or has been using ClickFunnels previously? Give me a 1 for yes and a 2 for no, not yet. Awesome. 1, Rachel, Ruben, Simon, AJ, Chris, Callum. Brilliant. A few 2s, that's understandable. Again, at the end of the webinar, I'll give you your free profit funnel business. You will need to sign up for a free trial. I'm sure you're going to absolutely love the software, love what it can do for you and your business. And again, if you can start and get this set up and implement the training I'm giving you to work on editing the ebook, work on all these pages, get all your URLs, set up your autoresponder. If you can do all that within the first 14 days and drive some traffic to it, even if it's Facebook page, your normal page, or if you've already got an email list, or if you've got some people who are on Instagram or Twitter or wherever it is, if you can drive people to your URL, which has got this page on it, then there's a good chance people are locked in. Grab your free ebook, go to the thank you page, and start you making money very, very, very quickly. So that's the plan, and we've got lots of people saying that they've already made some money. So I'm just scanning through the chat. Henry, made my first $14 commission. Brilliant, on ClickFunnels. And you've got 2 people in a trial. Love it. So Henry, well done. But that didn't happen just by opting in and grabbing the profit funnel business. That happened, Henry, because you implemented the training, you followed through, and you actually took action. It takes a little bit of time. I recommend to start off 30 minutes to an hour per day. When you get home from work, get straight on the computer and just follow some of the training, okay? You can do it as quickly or as slowly as you want, but my advice is dive in, immerse yourself, and just go full steam ahead. So I just wanted to go through what we're going to do tonight. We're going to build out a webinar funnel. So let me see if I can, I can't remember how to do it on this one. Let's try and go back out of it, and it will ask me, do I want to leave? Oops. So let's just quickly draw out what we're going to build tonight. We're going to build an automated webinar funnel, okay? And I've got my ClickFunnels over here. In fact, we don't need to build it out. Let's just, I think what we're going to do, because I'm conscious of time, we're only 20 minutes in, but I'm really conscious of making sure I don't overrun tonight. So we're going to build out an automated webinar, and we're going to do that in 25 minutes, okay? And what you're going to see here is obviously you're going to get this funnel at the end of the training. If you're watching this on the replay, you better download this on the replay page. If you're watching this live, then afterwards, by tomorrow's normally 24 hours afterwards, I've got the replay uploaded to the replay page, and also I'll have the share funnel completed and done. And I try and make it as sharp as I can, because in 25 minutes I'm not going to get everything in there, okay? But let's try and use our funnel script. This is Funnel Scripts. This is the software that I use for all of my copywriting. I'm just going to have a little look through option. So opt in, quick look at this, and let's see if we can build out. Because I'm conscious of time, I like to try and grab one. Let's have a script, promote your webinar script. Again, they're updating so much stuff on here. Every time I log in, I probably did one here today, and then since yesterday it's changed. They've added new scripts, new things. So you can see here you can create auto email follow-ups, teasers, tweets, webinars. So again, after we built this funnel out, you could create all of your webinar follow-up scripts just by, if I show you, just by filling in these boxes here. So the 60-minute membership sites. So these would be all the bits you fill in. You can see there, 20 boxes, click build, and it will give you all your auto follow-ups. So this recently they've started updating. So it's got an example project. So just to show you, this is now filling this box in. Jim's one of the founders with Russell Brunson of Funnel Scripts. It pings in all of the details that he would have added for this. Click build, and you'll see how quickly this now throws out. So look, immediately after the way, and it's written the email, Jim E. First, so this is your subject line, and then this is the email here. Okay. I mean, you've got a pre-written email that all you've got to do is go through and modify, but let's just have a quick look at it. Hi, the person who's opted in's name. Woohoo, what a great webinar that was. All thanks to you. Oh, sorry, this is after the webinar. Sorry, this isn't even before. Some tweets, replay. Oh, so these are the follow-up afterwards. Sorry, I thought this was going to be the follow-up before and not some sample tweets. But I mean, you can see the content this is spat out. That one was in case you missed this part, webinar plus 2 days. So I mean, you literally copy and paste these into your autoresponder, into your webinar software in Clickfunnels, and it's just going to send these out 3 to 4 days. Some sample tweets. The last email, 5 to 6 days. I mean, how easy is that? Okay, let's just go back, and I just want to see if I can find, because they keep adding new stuff, headlines, long form sales letter. How many pieces this needs. So as you can see here, this is what you fill in. Example straight away here of what you need to fill in these boxes. So it's really not rocket science. So this one's quite short. So quickly fill this in before we start the funnel. Webinar title. So let's build the funnel. What's this? How to get all your sales letters, scripts, and webinar slides written in under 10 minutes without. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go for a copywriting webinar. And let's just copy all of these into here just to save time. Public speaker. So what we do, we're talking about sales letter scripts, target audience. Let's just go for public speaker. Payoff, make more money speaking, sell more books, get more coaching. Again, I'm filling this in with bits that I think will work. How to get your book. That's fine. So pain they want to avoid, cold calling, begging for gigs, book signings, selling in person over the phone. Let's go with that one. Why people struggle to put their speech together. Love it. Second point, your cover. So many critical elements. Love it. Obviously, this isn't a webinar that I'm going to be doing, but this is just for our build tonight. The list of promo materials you need to, yeah, perfect. And specific tools you need to make money speaking. Oh, sorry, clicking the wrong buttons. I've been working on my Mac today, so I'm getting my buttons muddled up. Anyone else here work on a Mac and a desktop or yeah, Microsoft? Do you have the same issues when you're doing copy and paste and things like that and all your shortcuts? Yeah, yeah. So who here is tell me, Apple or Microsoft? Whilst I'm finishing this off, so I'm going to paste that last bit in. Apple, Microsoft, Microsoft, Apple, Apple all the way. Love Apple, Microsoft. Okay, yeah, kind of a mixed bag. So now, can you see it's taken us a few minutes? Obviously, that's not exactly what I wanted. I'm going to click build, and we're going to use this copy in here. So what we've got a video script. So again, this is attention public speakers who are speaking. You're about to discover the secrets of how to get booked to speak more often without the pain of having to go on the road for book signings. My name is Rob Mann. I'd like to invite you to attend a very special webinar event titled How to Get All of Your Sales Letters, Scripts, and Webinar Slides Written in Under 10 Minutes Without hiring an expensive copywriter. So you can start to see that although this bit here, I've just copy and paste that in, but it doesn't quite fit. So on page text. So I'm just going to take bits out of here to add to our webinar funnel. Okay. So I'm going to leave that there. Do next. I'm going to set. I'll drag the timer. So if everyone's ready, let's just get going, because 27 minutes past, 25 minutes, then we can wrap up, and I think I can get done within the hour. So let's get the timer going, and I always drag it to the other side just so I can see it, but it's not in my way. And yeah, webinar scripts there. I'll leave the whiteboard up, and let's just go and create a new funnel. Now you're going to see how quick and easy this is with Clickfunnels. So you've got options here: collect email, sell your product, host a webinar. Let's go for host a webinar. Let's do a automated webinar, so it's a webinar replay. What was it? Speech webinar. Let's just call it speech webinar for now. Let's put it in my what the funnel section, because I'm going to be sharing this with you afterwards. And you'll see how quickly this is going to spit out the pages I need for a webinar funnel. So I'm hoping you can see that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages that we need to run an auto webinar. Can you see that? I'm hoping you can. I'm just going to open up this window on the other side because I've lost my chat. It's back. Yes, love it. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this, you haven't been in Clickfunnels much, or if you haven't built an auto webinar, I think you'll agree that this is, you know, to spit this out very, very quickly like this. Obviously, you haven't created all the pages yet, but you know, we're 23 minutes 45 seconds left, and we've already got our pages synced up. Okay, so now you can go through, preview all your different pages. Now we're not going to have a video on there because I'm trying to throw this together. And again, you can see all the different variations. My internet catches up. So again, you can put videos. You've got different colors. I'd obviously match the colors of your company, or you can show your own templates, save templates that you've already got. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to cheat this week. Cheated last week. Preview this one. Check it's okay. Because all I really want is a headline. I replaced me in there. A couple of little tips, and that's it. Perfect. So let's go with that one. Select template. So we've got like a blue and dark blue. I think we'll sort of agree that is. So let's go and add the webinar countdown page. And again, we're going to try and match these up now, save some time. So you can see here, there's thank you pages. I think I'm just going to go with a very, very simple auto webinar thank you page. 22 minutes, 27 seconds left. So this is the broadcast room. So this is where the webinar is going to run in. Come on, come on, come on. God, you can see my internet is so slow. Okay, sorry. I was looking away and realised. Now, for this page, I am going to... do I want to cheat? Let's just have a quick preview. Come on. Okay, let's just go with very, very basic. Let's stick with that. Let's go with that. I kind of don't want to cheat this week. I don't want to use any of my templates. And then we've got a webinar replay room. So this is after the webinars run, or people can choose the webinar replay to go to instantly. And again, I'll show you all the settings in a moment. So 21 minutes 25. So let's go with limited time replay. Come on, come on, come on. It's going slow. I can't see the other pages. So I'm just going to have a drink of water whilst they're loading. Okay. I think I'm probably going to go with this one. Let's have a look. That might be one of my templates. So that is. It is one of my templates. So I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to. Okay. So we are just under 4 minutes 10 seconds in. We've set up our pages already. Okay. Any questions so far on how we've done that? Please just drop them in the chat box. And I'm going to start working on the auto webinar registration page. Now, we're going to start building the page out now, but we'll come back in a minute to the automation side of things where you can automate all the emails. So what we're going to try and do, so let's come back here. So it's free live webinar, and let's use this headline for now. Let's take that across. Let's put our headline here. When it's ready, catch up. How to get booked to speak more. So let's make that a little bit bigger. And again, this isn't really a training webinar on how to use Clickfunnels. So what I'll try and do is not take too much time faffing around explaining every single part I'm doing. But obviously in all the other things I show you, I've got all different training parts. So I've just dripped water underneath my mouse. It's making it stick to my mouse board. Okay, so let's just squeeze these up a little bit so you can see that I'm working on this blue section. I can move things around, so I can move that whole section. Again, I want above the fold to be nice and clean, so I'm going to move this a little bit higher. I want them to see as much as they need to see. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong bit. I need to work on, God, sorry, my mouse is really got water under it. So this is a section. So as you can see here, the top, it's got 40. I want to bring that down to 5. And then down below, let's bring the bottom up. Let's leave that at 10. Okay, so again, I want people to be able to see most of the page or all of the drive. Now, because there's not 2 of us on the webinar, what I'm going to quickly do is just create a new section. And in the section, I only want two columns. So now it means that I can drag that to there. And let's just drag this section here. And let's get rid of that. And obviously I'm going to change that to me, because this would be me doing it if I was setting this up. So Robert Murray, and let's see if it was best-selling author. Let's change the image and see if I can quickly find a little headshot. Obviously you can add images in here. I've got a lot in here already from all the different webinars we're building. And this is normally the problem I find, especially when it's loading slowly. Can't see it. Let's scoot through. That might do it. That might do it. When it stops loading. Right, that one might be right. Let's see if that'll add. Perfect. I want to change. I want to thin this down a little bit. Suddenly, it's gone a bit too fat. Let's drag that in. Let's go to that section, the blue section, and I'm going to just shrink that in. 5 and 5. Okay. So what we're going to keep doing is keep saving as we go through. It will, after a few minutes, if you haven't saved, look, you can see there it's asking me for a headline. So let's just put that there, and let's just say live webinar. You can call it a web class, you can call it live training, it's entirely up to you. So let's just say funnels qualified. Palm presents. Yeah, happy with that. Happy with that. Headline looks okay. What you'll learn on this free webinar. So let's go and see if we can find from that script 3 things why people struggle to put. Take one of those. Let's copy that. Let's call. You'll learn. Let's put it in there. Come on. Why people struggle. So let's put. Why people struggle to put together a speech. Yeah, it's not really right. Let's put secret number 1, myth number 1. Myth secret. Obviously, it may not be quite right for this, but you'll understand in a minute when I finish them. So myth number 2, list of no specific tools. I might have to change that from myth to, because it's not really spat me out any. Let's have a look. Register my spots. Fine. I'm just going to carry on here for a second whilst I'm thinking. Oops. Qualified. Okay, that's fine. So whilst I'm doing that, let's look at the pop-up whilst I'm thinking. So you can change all of these settings in here as well. So I'm going to click on that, and this is going to open. Let's have a look. What I really want is that you can select what times of the day I want the auto webinar to replay or to give the options. So let's just say for now, we're going to have it 11 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 8 p.m. Okay, so that'll only give people the option to choose in the drop down. I don't actually know. I think I've selected the wrong one, but that's fine. So normally on the automated one, you'll be able to select the different dates. Let's squeeze that up a little bit so it's a bit higher. Show when user tries to leave, so that'll pop up. That all looks fine. Secure your spot, email, name, perfect. Save that. So obviously when they click register my spot, that's when it pops up. So let's just put our little bullets in here. Or we could just remove that and just put some bullet points. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just copy that whole section and add. Let's get rid of that whole piece. Just because it didn't spit me out what I liked. Just to make it easy, let's just put some bullets in here. But I only need to copy 10 minutes 41 seconds. Shit. Where did that time go? Time flies when you are heading into a funnel. Well, it does for me. So let's paste those in there. Again, this is going to take a little bit of tweaking. So let's just delete upwards. Get rid of that. And now if I press return, that should jump it down. Okay, that's good. And again, obviously, as I said, I'm doing this at speed. Normally, I would take a lot longer to do this. I'd take my time. So I'm happy with that for now. I'd obviously change all these. You can change these little logos to whatever you want. So let's put that other section down here. Again, I haven't even read it yet, but I will read it before we finish. Let's just put a subsection. Come on, speed up. It's too big. I don't like that being that big. And I will make the bullets a little bit bigger. Let's make these a little bit bigger. Okay, right, so we are slowly but surely starting to fill that page and make it look a little bit nicer. And again, this is the anal part of me that can't deal with things that don't line up, that don't look okay. So I think pretty much for an opt-in page, and again, without me really being anal, because I like things to, especially this kind of page, I like it to all fit. And that just basically it means that whatever someone sees on their computer screen here is above the fold. So I like them to be able to see. And again, I'd probably normally have another register button, but that will work for now. Leave that and move on. So making sense so far. Good, good, awesome. Sunjay, yeah, you can run a live webinar in Clickfunnels or you can run an automated webinar. As I said, we're just running an automated one here. It leverages your time. If you've got a product, a package, something you want to sell, obviously the automated webinar, you're gonna run a 45 to an hour webinar giving value, content, training around your subject, and then you're going to ask permission to offer your product that is going to further solve their issue. Okay, so obviously here we're talking to someone who wants to so for our webinar training, we might teach them two or three little nuggets that will help them, and we know help them, but it won't completely solve their problem. And then your package then is going to be the all singing, all dancing solution. So simple. Thank you page. Great. You're now successfully registered and confirmed. Invite others to join. We're fine with that. Live webinar. It's okay. I'm not going to have a countdown clock. Don't need it. Warning space. That's fine. And again, this will dynamically Let me just, your ticket admit one. Oh yeah, so I need to change that. So let me just see if I've kept that in my clipboard history. What a great app this is, by the way, on the Google Chrome, clipboard history, free app. So you can see here, that's it. So you can see here it's saved all the different things I've saved over the last 4 or 5 things. Let's just bold that. That's fine. I don't know why that's doing that. So that's fine. I'm happy with the thank you page. Let's just change, not that one. Let's change the bold color. Let's go a little bit darker. Okay. So that is pretty much done. Obviously, we'll change that. And you can probably tell that my internet is really, my computer and internet is just going slow. Sorry, I can't do 2 things at once. I will need to change my SEO metadata. So again, just for now, I'm just going to go back to my clipboard history, grab that headline, countdown. Let's just call it countdown for now. And what is my countdown? 9 minutes, 7 seconds. Holy crap. So let's save that and move on. So 2 pages down, 2 left to go, and I'm over halfway through my time. So let's move on to the next page. So now this is the sorry, not the replay page. This is the webinar page, the broadcast room. So let's go in and edit this. We've already got the blue color scheme, so I think we might be okay. Come on, come on, come on. So in answer to your question, Callum, yes, you can run a live webinar using YouTube. A few different things. Obviously, I'm running this live webinar, here. This is what you can see on Webinar Jam. Webinar Jam, you can run it live on Facebook Live or on YouTube or on their internal one, which is what I'm using right now because my internet speed's very slow. You know, when I was trying to do the live webinars on Clickfunnels, I just had no chance because it streams live within Clickfunnels and YouTube, sorry, and it just my speed, the internet wouldn't keep up. So that's why we changed it. So I'm going to go to, that might not be the exact same color, but let's quickly go here. So with Robert Murray, I really do need to hurry up now. Okay, so again, we've got too many people there, so let's get rid of one of them. And again, we could have a guest speaker on, so I potentially could have left it, but that's fine. And we could add that image, which will be on page 2 still. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my God, this drives me mad when it starts slowing down. Who's this, by the way? Did anyone see my email yesterday? Anyone he's from? Tell me in the chat box if you recognize what advert he was from. Yes, yes, he is. Yes, fans. Yes, Henry, Rachel. Yes, you are all correct. He's from hotels.com. You know the advert? He is the funny man in the hotels.com advert. I found a GIF of him and I thought I'd put it in yesterday's email because Webinar Jam, their offer is running on a countdown. So I'm just going to bring that down a little bit just to make it look a little bit better. Let's make this section. No, don't worry about that. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. This will be your video, so you can let's make that a little bit bigger because we want it to be full screen. It might already be, it is full width, so I want to drag this across so I can bring that section in. That's better. Okay, nice big webinar. Ask your questions. So again, you can put your Facebook comment box in here. Come on. Oh my God. And it's even when you're trying to type quickly, it's painful. So yeah, you're going to upload. So you can see here, once you've recorded your webinar, you can do it live, or you can do it to yourself and then record it and put it on, something like Camtasia, and then crop it and edit it. Dump it on YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, etc. And when they're watching it on the this broadcast room, they won't be able to pause it. But when they watch it on the replay, they will be able to pause it, which would be the case in most live webinars. So I hope that makes sense. So let's just put broadcast room, and let's just put that in there again, the headline, which is there. And again, obviously you can add images in there as well. So that's a nice, clean, simple. We'd put our Facebook thing in. What have I got? 5 minutes left. 5 minutes to create the replay page. And obviously, once you've uploaded this video to YouTube or YouTube or Wistia or whatever provider you're using, then you just do the same thing in the replay room. So let me show you. And let's edit this. And we have 4 minutes, 47 seconds left. Come on, come on, come on. So, okay, so limited time webinar. So again, I would always do that. Let's just squeeze. Oh, sorry, my mouse is jumping off. Come on. Just want to squeeze that up a little bit. Let's move that. Let's move that. So again, you do the same thing. You put your webinar in here. Let's change the countdown. Let's say, oh, this is an evergreen one. So we wouldn't, I personally wouldn't have that countdown. I'd have one that as soon as they arrive on this page, it maybe says 2 or 3 days. So just to get them to force them to watch it. This would be your offer. You can have that to appear straight away or have it to come along later on. You can time it so that it pops up at a certain time in the webinar when you're doing your offer. Webinar replay, sorry. Webinar replay, and let's do the same. Obviously, a lot of these things I would take a little bit more time on. I'd make sure they're right, but I just want to very quickly. So I hope you can see any questions on what we've done so far. Once I just finish. Good question, Ruben. What software do I use to record my webinars? I use Camtasia. I use Camtasia to screen record my webinar, and then I will upload it into YouTube or Wistia, and that's when I'll put it in here. So let's quickly go back. I'm just scanning for any more questions. I've got 3 minutes left, guys. So what I'll do, I'll come back to the questions in a moment. So we've set everything up right now. The opt-in page, we would be integrating into our autoresponder. So for me, it would be Actionetics. But let's just go into the automation for this automated webinar. Okay, so you can see very quickly that Clickfunnels has pretty much dumped in here what they believe I should have on an automated webinar. So this is going to go to everyone. So as soon as they opt in, immediately they get the confirmation email. We'll go into that in a minute. Then they get the webinar starting now, 1 hour before, and actually 1 day before they get a reminder. Very similar to how I set this up for you guys. Then if they miss the webinar, it's a did you miss yesterday's webinar? That goes out 1 day after. Attended but missed, did you leave the webinar early? 1 day after. Saw offer but didn't purchase, 1 day after. So let's just go into the original, the basic ones. So again, you'd put your name in here. So it's funnels qualified for me. So that's the subject line that would be in the email. This is my SMTP. So this is where I'm sending it from inside Actionetics. And you can see here, if you did nothing, this email would go out and it'd be clean because it would put the webinar title in here automatically in between the tags. Dear Bob, put their name in. Thanks for registering for the title again on so-so date and at the webinar time. And again, this all does this all dynamically, so you don't have to touch all of this. A few minutes before the webinar time, or whatever they picked, go to this webinar page. That will put the link in there for your broadcast page. Please print this page out, blah, blah, blah. So all you really need to do is put something like, see you there, Robert Murray. And again, we're not doing it right now, but you can beautify this a little bit. Oh, my God. So bold some things. You can just play around with it. Bit URL in here, which I would do because currently it's already going to dump mine in there, but I always like to put it in manually. I just don't, I never trust anything. I like to know it's mine. Then I'll tweak some of this stuff down here. And if I go back to the top, you can see the email delivery. So it's already got it set up probably. Why has that changed? Oh no, because it's already set up to go immediately, I believe. Let's save that and see what it does. So I've got 31 seconds. So that's going immediately. You can see in here, we're not going to get time to edit all of these emails, but you can see how simple and easy this is. You don't really need to do a lot. You're just going to come in here really and just, you know, add your name and a few other bits. Okay. It's not going to be a lot. You can go to town on it. You can really craft these emails, but you don't need to, is the honest answer. So I hope you can see very quickly how, you know, again, for me, because I'm using Actionetics, my timer, although it hasn't bleeped yet, has just popped up on the left-hand side saying time expired. I am going to have a little mouthful of water. There it is. It was just delayed. So that is my timer. So I'm just going to scan back through the questions now and have a little mouthful of water. So James, yes, James is asking, how does it know what time they've selected? Yeah, very good question. You know, when someone, so let's go and view the page. Let's just have a quick scan. So this is a preview. This is what it's going to look like. Someone lands here. They've got a nice headline. Oopsie. So I'm trying to leave the page and it instantly pops that up. So it's, again, a bit scarce. There's only 200 spots available. That's me. What they're going to learn. And obviously these are the bullets we picked out. Again, I probably would shorten that so that it's got to be about above the fold. Everything here is above the fold. I would like, potentially I'd like my button to be here. Okay. Most webinar opt-ins, I'd like my button to be visible. I want them to know that there's a way, and I might even put another one here. So I might have shrunk this in a little bit, put another section there with another button. Okay. So when they click that, so you can see here, so they can watch yesterday's broadcast. So that will take them straight to the replay page, which is a great idea because people are very impatient. They can go and watch Thursdays, which is tomorrow, Fridays, or Saturdays. So let's just say Saturdays. And then you can see the second drop down comes up. It's giving me the option of 11 a.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Remember, we changed the settings and we only put those available. You might just have one a day. It's up to you. You know, you have to play around with it. I like to have 3 a day. I like to give them variation. I like to give them a choice across the day, you know, because we're going from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. there. Then they're going to enter their name and email. And then when they click that button inside of Clickfunnels, where we've set it all up, that's then going to trigger these emails based on what time and what day they've triggered the emails, triggered the funnel. Not the funnel, the webinar. My God. So whatever they've selected here, this will now, so notice if they choose watch yesterday's replay, they don't need to select a time because they're going to go from putting the name and email in straight to the replay room or the broadcast room. Okay. But you can see in here, all of these emails are based on what webinar they've selected. Okay. So if I select Thursday at 4 p.m, everything is going to be set up dynamically. Then the countdown page is going to be dynamically chucking my details in. Okay, so I'll show you. So this would now show 4 p.m. It's not doing it because obviously I'm just showing a preview. It would show me 4 p.m, the time, etc. They can add it to the calendar, you know. So this, you know, they can share it on Facebook. So you can see very, very quickly we've thrown this together, but actually it's ready to rock and roll. So let's have a quick look at the broadcast room. Yeah, and I will come back to a couple of the questions I've got in here. So obviously this would autoplay when they're on the live webinar. Again, you can run comments. You know, for me, using the automated webinar, I don't use that. I have a box here that's got a chat box. And again, I can share that with you where it says at the bottom, it says, look, this could be a live webinar, but it also could be a replay. So, you know, your questions won't be answered, but you know, we will come back to you in 24 hours. Because it's an automated webinar. So, you know, you're not going to be able to answer these live. So I would probably take this away and I would have some Brunson bullets down below here. So showing them what's going to be in the webinar at certain times to keep them engaged. And I'd have a little chat box here, but telling them that, you know, we're not going to be live. Whereas in this one, we are live. All of your chat communications coming straight through to me as we speak. I can then reply back to you, but I am using a live software. And obviously the webinar replay. This is where they're going to go to if they select to watch the webinar from yesterday. Okay. And again, people are very impatient nowadays. So obviously on this one, you'll set it to autoplay, but they will have the functionality to pause it. Now, most people won't. Most people will just play it through. Your countdown timer will be playing or will be running down. Like I say, 2.5 days is about right if you want to push some scarcity, especially if you are saying that there's a limited amount of time to get the offer. And obviously this will then go to your order page or wherever you're taking it to. So hoping that makes sense. Any questions, drop them in the chat box. Yes, Dave. Yes. So you can select what dates you want to put in here. I normally just leave it as it is. It pretty much does yesterday's replay, or it does tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. You can see it's got 3 days. So if I was on here tomorrow, which is the 31st, it would give me the first, the second, and the third. Okay, which, let's be honest, people in this day and age with the technology we've got, with everything they want and the speed they want it, they don't want to wait more than 3 days. And most people like to go straight to the broadcast. Because they just want it. They've seen your something on Facebook or an Instagram or an advert or whatever, pushing the pain barrier, saying, look, do you want this? I didn't even see where that was. Maybe that was yeah. So we didn't edit that. Where was that? Did I just miss that because I was rushing? So sorry, yeah. So they've seen your advert, seen a link somewhere. They've clicked on it, and they want that instant, that instant solution. So a lot of people watch the replay straight away. I didn't even see it there. Okay, that's fine. So send it out to the replay. Now, the other thing that we didn't do, I'll just very quickly show you. This is the mobile view. So you've got desktop view here and mobile view. Any of you have watched the lives before, quite a few, I recognise the names. You'll know. All we're going to do in mobile view, just come in here, click on the little orange tab, settings. So for this font size, you can see this is the desktop version. And here we can shrink down the mobile version because it just looks ugly, doesn't it? So imagine if this is your phone size. If it was out as it was before, you're going to be like, that's too big. You can't see it. Okay. And then we're just going to go through and edit all of this, make sure it's looking good. If we click on the pop-up, sorry, the pop-up will be up here. Show pop-up. So that's all okay. So, that's not terrible. So you'd modify a few bits on it, but not a great deal. Okay. And then once you've done that, save. And then again, test this on your mobile. Don't trust that mobile. Is different desktops show this page differently. You can see here, mine will show this way because I've got, says when I look at it on my Mac, it's different. It squeezes things in, it shrinks things down. Same on my Samsung or my iPhone or different phones. I test it on 3 or 4 phones. Before you go live, send it to 4 or 5 of your friends who've got different phones and ask them, what does it look like? Get them a screenshot and send it to you, or do it live with them. Get different people's computers, different browsers. Go on Safari, go on Firefox, go on Chrome. They all throw different spanners in the works. It doesn't matter what software you create these webinar opt-in pages, funnels, etc. There are always going to be different variations of what your page looks like, which at the beginning will drive you mad. You just got to realize that that's the way it is, and you need to make sure that your pages look good, because a lot of people will view your stuff on mobile. Now, one of the things I do put on my thank you page or my countdown page is I will normally let me show you. So I will normally put a little video here. Okay, you can put it wherever you want, but I'll normally have a little video here that auto plays. This is my little bit of indoctrination, because if you think about it, so far they may have just let's pretend that they don't know you. They've seen your thing, your image on Facebook. You've put a nice bit of content on there. You've talked about how you can help them with this pain. Do they want to come and jump on the free webinar? They may have seen your image here, but that might be the first time they've seen you. So a little bit of indoctrination here, a little video of you just saying, great, thanks for registering for the webinar. And I always like to recommend that they watch it on their desktop. The reason why, and this is really important with an automated webinar, if they try and watch the broadcast at the specific time, and it'll send them the emails a day before, an hour before. If they try and go in here, let me show you, and it won't look the same, but I'll show exactly what I mean. If they try and watch it on their mobile, it won't play automatically, which kills you in many respects, because this is how it will look. And obviously I'd shrink all this down. The little video box would come up and it would have a play button on it. So instantly, although you're not lying, you're not trying to tell them that it is a live webinar, because at no point yet, in fact, I'd left it there, but I wrote live, so I'll take that off. So at no point, if I'm running an automated webinar, will I say it's live. I'll just say it's a webinar, live training, live web class. Again, on here, I wouldn't have it as live. I don't want to lie to people because that's not what we're doing. And again, see at the top here, I would change that from live. I don't know why I wrote that. But I would have a video here indoctrinating them, welcoming them. It gets them used to your face straight away. And if they're going straight to the replay, they wouldn't come to the countdown page anyway. But just a very short, sharp, punchy webinar, making sure to tell them to diarise it, put it in your diary, don't forget, turn your Facebook off, 10 minutes before, turn the distractions off, tell them you're going to be unavailable for an hour. Such good content, high value training, you can't miss it. So a little bit of indoctrination. That's what I like to do on my countdown page. But yeah, so, and tell them, watch it on the desktop. You're going to get a much better view, etc., etc., etc. You'll just find better conversions and more people watching. Okay. So let me just check my notes and let me just check the chat box. I've just gone over the 1 hour, 3 minutes. So I'm very conscious that I said I was going to try and tally it up by 1 hour. I'm just looking through my notes to see what else I wanted to cover. And let's have a look at the questions. Okay. Yes, this is built in Clickfunnels. Obviously the webinar I'm showing you is in Webinar Jam. Obviously I've got both softwares. I can run both different types. I've bought Webinar Jam specifically because we do this weekly webinar. I do my mastermind webinars live, and I just really wanted to combat the issue of having poor internet. By 7 to 10 days, I should have new internet. Now that doesn't really mean it's going to be tip top and 100%, but touch wood, and I'm touching lots of wood right now, it'll be much better, and I'll be able to start doing different things with my live webinars. I'll be able to start keeping the webcam on, and just this new software, I can show videos, I can do polls whilst we're live, I can give you downloads, I can give you file sharing, I can do a slide presentation inside the webinar software, I can invite speakers in, so I could, if we've got someone on who's got a really good question, I can bring you into the chat. I can do so much stuff with this, but I'm conscious of the internet speed. If you weren't on last week's, you'll see I'm just about to dump it on here. I'm hoping you can see now that I've got a whiteboard covering the page. Just give me a 1 for yes and a 2 for no. I'm pretty sure you can. And obviously I can then draw on here. The reason I didn't use this week, let's say we were drawing out our profit funnel business again. The only reason I didn't use it was although I can make it transparent, it then stays on top of the screen. Can you see that? So, it started driving me mad a little bit and getting in the way. So that's why I prefer to use the whiteboard over here so that I can scroll in and scroll out and I can get rid of the page. But then if I'm trying to show you something in here, I haven't got this. Let's say I've just drawn something out. I haven't got this over the top. So I hope that makes sense. But very, very cool. You can do lots and lots of things. There are things I haven't even figured out that I can do yet. But it's exciting times to be using Webinar Jam. So just going to wrap up. Obviously, I said to you at the beginning, for those of you who are number 3s and maybe even number 2s and said that you either didn't know what the profit funnel business was, or you haven't had it, you haven't started it, all you need to do is go to funnelsqualified.com/advantage. It's a simple opt-in page. Just put your name and email in. Yes, I'm grabbing your name and email. That's the whole part of this business is building your list and building a relationship with your list. Okay, so what I will do actually, this is where this comes in quite handy. Let me change the color. You can't see what I'm doing, but I can. So you should be able to see that. So that's where you want to go, is this URL here. And if you want to go and just grab a free trial and grab my bonuses, then you want to go to this link here, funnelsqualified.com/YT-trial-bonuses. Please come and join us on social media. This is my private Facebook page, Robert James Murray. I'd love you to come and join us on Funnels Qualified. It's a public page, but if you want to come and join the Profit Funnel Business, that is a closed group, and I will just double check that you've gone and opted in and you've downloaded your Profit Funnel Business. So once you go and opt in here, it's just going to take you to 3 buttons. You're going to click on the first one to set up your free trial, click on the second one, and this entire where it's gone, I don't know where I've got it. This isn't it. So anyway, so forget that. Let me go back to where I was. So yeah, once you've opted in, sorry, I'm trying to find my whiteboard again. So once you've opted in, sorry, still getting used to the software. Once you've opted in here, you will just get a download button that after you set up your free trial, you click one button and it takes that all 4 pages that I showed you earlier with the opt-in page, the free funnel strategies book, the thank you pages, you've got some terms and conditions pages, that will upload straight into your Clickfunnels account in about 30 seconds. So you can start working on it instantly. You'll then instantly get an email from me straight away with the first part of your training. What's very, very, very important is that you look in your spam within the first 10 minutes, because spam filters nowadays on email accounts are just ridiculous, and most emails, whatever you try, will go into people's spam filters. So I need you, once you've done that, within the next 10 minutes, go and look in your spam folder for an email from Funnels Qualified, and then you can whitelist our email account so you get all of our follow-up. Really, really important. Also, come and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Come and say hello. Come and follow us. Come and get part of the community. Most importantly, is the Profit Funnel Business Group. And I will invite you. Once you've asked to join the group, I will just accept you in there. I'm just going to have a quick scan through, see if there's any of the questions I haven't answered. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up. That's 1 hour, 9 minutes. And within 24 hours, I'll get this replay up on the replay page as I normally do. And the share funnel will be available within 24 hours. And apart from that, I'm just scrolling through the questions. So I've just answered that. Yeah, Bob, you're asking how long it will take before you can see the replay. You came in late, understand that. Some people come in early, leave late. Some people come in late, leave early, vice versa. That's why I put the replay page up. You can download all of the previous funnels. Obviously, we're on week 8 now. So there's 8 other webinars you can watch in there, 8 other funnels I've built live. If there's one you must watch, it's last week's. Week number 7, we built out a webinar funnel, absolutely phenomenal. And that's how you can become a funnel broker. So definitely go and watch that. Apart from that, I think that's the majority of the questions. Just scanning. Chris, I've answered that. Henry, Raquel, or maybe Rachel. Yes, you can go and grab the free trial at the bonus page, grab the bonuses, and you can go and grab the Profit Funnel Business. Absolutely, I've got no problem with that. The bonus is there, to make sure that you get value, and obviously the follow-up training for Profit Funnel Business should get huge value from that. Shows you how to do everything. If at any time you get any questions, queries, just email me and the guys at support@funnelsqualified.com. If there's no other questions, I'm going to call it a night, let you all finish, and I will see you. If you haven't already, go and opt in again for next Wednesday. When you opt in for the webinar, you can then, there's a button down below. I need you to go and fill in the questionnaire, the survey. That gives me a good chance to understand who you are. But then click on the auto register. That means that it'll register for every single Wednesday webinar, saves you having to keep doing it. So, look forward to getting as many people on here every single week as we can. And that is it from me. I will see you guys next Wednesday. But also email me at support@funnelsqualified.com. Tell me what funnel you'd like me to build next week. Now, the only way you can do that is for being on here live. So all of you guys that have been on here and you stayed to the end, thank you. Email me at support@funnelsqualified.com. Tell me what funnel you'd like me to build, what kind, what niche. Tell me what business you're in. I might be able to build a funnel for you live, and then you'll be able to download it at the end. Great. I mean, Christ, people pay me $5,000 for that. So just by watching the replay and emailing me or being on here live every week, you can get the opportunity for me to build you a funnel. Pretty good, I think. Otherwise, I'm logging off. I'm gonna close down. Have a great evening, and I will speak to you guys next Wednesday. Bye for now.